I just got my batteries, my house batteries changed the other day, like 3 days ago. And I went to Interstate Batteries, and I was wishing immediately after leaving, like, you know, a couple hundred miles or 100 miles away, I was wishing that I had my car battery, my truck battery checked, because it came with the RV, and I just thought I should have it checked. And I don't know if I had been seeing signs already, I don't remember, but the last couple of days, so was it yesterday, I sprayed some bug spray, thank you Sally, the bug spray, on my windshield to clean it, and then I ran my windshield wipers, I was parked, I ran my windshield wipers to clean it off, and they were very weak. The super fast wouldn't go fast, it was very sluggish. And then this morning I noticed my step is going in really slow, and so I'm afraid now that my my truck battery is really getting worn out and I need a new battery. I'm going into Lancaster, Minnesota. That's where there's a city park with camping with hookups. It's going to be 95 degrees today. It's only like 20 minutes from where I was camped, but I thought I might go there. Sadie's not dealing with the heat very well at all, so I thought I might go there and just chill for the day, get some work done. Now I'm hoping for an AutoZone or something. I don't have an internet signal strong enough to search yet. I'm gonna have to replace my truck battery. So I should have had them check it. I don't know what I was thinking. They were out here installing the house batteries. I've gone through a couple sets of house batteries. I should have had my truck battery checked. Especially because Interstate is so good. I mean, they would have installed it for me and everything. Actually, AutoZone probably will too, and AutoZone does free battery checks, I believe, or one of them does. So, all right, that's what I'm hoping. But I'm out in the middle of nowhere, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. There's the park. Yeah, and there's nobody there. All right. Oh, there's a few people there. Okay. Let's see what's in the town. Oh, there's a convenience store. Oh, is that it? Let's see. Oh, they have tires and beer. If they have tires, they might have batteries. Let's see what else the town has. Yes, I do have the auxiliary start on my truck, which means, in theory, I've never tried it, I can push a button and it'll draw on my house batteries to start the engine in case of a dead battery. And it should work. I don't see why it wouldn't. And I got 2 brand new house batteries, so I should be fine. I do have a multimeter, so I can check it myself, but I can only check it when it's resting. I guess after driving for a while I can check it, and then I can check it after it sits for a while. That's actually not a bad idea, because the alternator's charging it, so if I check it now, it hopefully is full. Maybe not though, that'll be a sign. And then let it sit for a couple hours and see how full it is. Yeah, I can do that. So yeah, I can check my battery on my own. That's what I'm gonna do. If I can't find one here, I'm pretty sure I need a new battery. Wow, it looks like mostly long-term residential. But there's no vehicles. This is weird. None of them have vehicles. Here we go again. Well, this made my decision easy. It's a trailer park. It's like a local trailer park. And they're all unoccupied. There are no vehicles. There's like a dozen trailers in here, and not one of them has a vehicle outside. I don't understand. Oh, maybe they're all at work? That could be. Maybe they're all at work. They live here. Okay. Well, there's nothing, I mean, nothing but electricity here for me. So, it's an hour to Walmart, Thief River Falls, where I can get a battery. So that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I can do that. All right. Okay, well, I drove into Thief River Falls. I just assumed I was going to need a battery. I mean, I was ready to just pull it and go get a new one. But I drove into Napa and had them test it. It's always easier to have somebody else do it. So, free test at Napa Auto Parts, and it's full. There's nothing wrong with it. So, we're good. He said I should probably hit the terminals. So, I drove all the way here. Almost for nothing. But we'll look around. There's the Thief River Falls Curling Club. Memorial Civic Center, Huck Olson. I just love all the brick buildings. I just love all the brick buildings. It's interesting. No offense to Minnesota. People love the green. People, whenever I go to the desert, people who live in very green places say that they would miss the green. I find it monotonous. It's flat. It's all the same farmland, pretty much trees. Really crowded forests, like a lot of brush and stuff like that. The most interesting thing about this part of the country so far are the towns. There's history, and there's the brick buildings, and it's just, I love the towns. I love the character. That's what it is, character. There's a public campground that's packed. Let me see. Over there is a campground. It's a city park, public campground. It looks really crowded. I'm gonna go check it out though. Riverwalk, fine dining. Okay, so there's a camp host, and it's a city park. I'm not going to pay to stay there. There are dump stations and water everywhere. Everywhere. Theater. I found the secret to really hot days. Just go sightseeing. You know, you got the air conditioning in the van. You know, I can stop and go and find water for us both to cool off. Huh? What do you think? It's really, really warm. What you got there? Feels good, huh? Why don't you go swimming? If I had a ball, you would. Minnesota. Sorry, Minnesotans. I don't mean any disrespect. I just love the accent. It's not as pronounced as I thought it would be. I was kind of disappointed in Fargo. I heard it a little bit, but nothing like Frances McDormand in the movie. Of course, it's never like the movies. I wanted to show you this awesome thing in Minnesota for RVers and campers. They have what's called wayside, wayside rest places. I don't even know, they call them rest areas. Almost every small town along my route, and I'm way north, I don't even know, Highway 32, Highway 12, near Thief River Falls. I'm in Badger right now, so look at it on the map. Badger, Minnesota, not far, not even 30 miles, I don't think, from the Canadian border. And I think it's only been a Minnesota thing so far. I don't think I've seen it in North Dakota. Almost every small town has a city park, and they have camping in these city parks. And every single one of them, I think I've seen, have hookups. So what they've realized is if they want to allow people to stay overnight, they can make money off it, and they put in electrical to make it, I guess, you know, extra to justify maybe charging for it. And I have seen in my travels yesterday, I was kind of looking for a place. I didn't really know where it was. It's been hot. It's been low to mid 90s for several days. Too hot. Sadie doesn't do well with the heat, so I was really hoping to find something that I could plug into. And I found one place a little south of here that was $20. It was right next to a train track. It was right across from a bar. Not very pretty, and it was $20. And I was like, yeah, no. But this one in Badger is only $12. It's on the honor system. City Hall is just 2 blocks away. We walked up there last night to see where it was, and I'll drop off the check on my way out. They have a drop box, and basically it's a city park that you can camp in. You pay a fee, and usually it's the honor system, and you get water and hookups, electrical hookups. The one for $20 also had did also have a dump station, but still, their dump stations, have I told you, dump stations and water have been plentiful. There is no shortage of water in dump stations here, but as long as I'm here, I mean, I haven't had to conserve water. I've been a little more liberal with my water usage, which has been nice. So, you know, using water this morning for things like my Brita filter, and then I'll just fill up before I go. All right, we are in a city park. I want to keep an eye on Sadie. Hold on a second, let me see where she went. So yeah, these towns are like 100, 200, 300 people, and they all have these cute little city parks. And I got to camp in one, and I really, 2 blocks to downtown. So last night, once it cooled off a little bit, Sadie and I went for a walk downtown, and there's like 5 churches, a bar, a cafe that's closed on Saturdays, which is a bummer. I was hoping to walk up there this morning and get a coffee, a post office, and a community center, and City Hall. That's about it. I think it's like, I don't know what the population is here, a few hundred. So yeah, if you're traveling through Minnesota, so this is a new way of traveling for me, as you know, and I'm really enjoying it. It's 4th of July weekend, and almost every wayside that I passed was crowded, and so I kept going. I'm like, I'm not going to stay a bunch of, you know, in a crowded place. That's just, even though I'm enjoying kind of more This isn't exactly urban camping, but more peopling and more social camping. Call it social camping because I mean I'm surrounded by houses. Even though I knew I would probably end up doing that, I didn't want to be inches away from another camper. So this was awesome. I kept going. This is the second one I found that had nobody in it. And so Badger, cute little town. I got a grain mill behind me, a railroad track, and I didn't hear a single train since I've been here. Loving Minnesota so far. Oh my gosh, the people, I swear, the friendliest people I've ever encountered on any continent. Well, New Zealand was pretty friendly. But Minnesota people are and like outgoing, not just like friendly, like obligatory, like friendly, outgoing. I was at the gas station cleaning my windshield the other day, and 2 people talked to me like, "Hey, you need a ladder," and one guy even stopped to help me clean my windshield because with the short squeegees, it's really hard for me to get to my entire windshield. And people are just talkative and chatty and friendly and. I've kind of seen that. It reminds me a little bit of Alaska in that I know that the summer months are kind of short and people just seem really happy to be outside and enjoying the good weather. And there just seems to be like a celebratory feel in the air. It is also 4th of July, lots of flags and bunting. Is that what it's called? The red, white, and blue bunting around town. But it almost feels the same way, almost like summer is a celebration and people are just happy to be out and to be mingling with other people. I think there might be something to that. I definitely noticed it in Alaska. Boy, yeah, when the salmon were running that time, I don't remember where I was in Alaska. I'll look for the video and put it up here. Oh, it was like a party. It was really special. And that is a special thing to me because it says that it's a society that's in tune with Mother Nature and the seasons and the cycles of nature. And so it's kind of special and really enjoying the people here. The Dakotas were just, I'm sorry, little blah as far as camping and stuff like that. Just nothing too interesting. I mean, yeah, there were the reservoirs and the free camping along the reservoirs and the wildlife management areas. And, Fargo kind of, unfortunately, I had that bad experience, which I brought upon myself. If you didn't see that, you might want to check out Patreon. I think I saved that for patrons, my little what triggered me in downtown Fargo. And unfortunately, I think that might have what's the word I'm looking for? That might have impacted how I felt about my whole experience in Fargo, which I was excited about going to. But yeah, I'm loving Minnesota. So I'm going to go today. It's going to be mid-90s today, way too hot. So we're going to go to some bay. Don't remember the name of it. I'll put it here. And hopefully do a little swimming. And then we're going to go to a state forest. I'm excited about exploring a state forest and finding some real boondocking. But I'm going to show you around, just leave you with some sights and sounds and awesomeness of this cool little town of Badger, Minnesota, just 30 miles south of the border, and an awesome place to camp if you're driving through. $12 a night, electricity and water, and quiet and peaceful. It's really nice. I don't think I'd want to be here for the 4th. Although I suppose if you want local culture and local people, being here on the 4th among the picnickers, although being alone, it can be fun. I always said traveling alone, if you want to meet people, it's the best way to meet people. You seem to be more approachable when you're alone. And you're alone, so you don't have the other person or other people around you to kind of keep you feeling, I don't know, like you don't need to socialize. If you're with a group of people, you don't feel the need to socialize outside that group. And I've always loved that about traveling solo, is that if I want socialization, I have to go outside to people I don't know, because I don't have any other people but myself. So, yeah. Oh, I did hear fireworks last night. Yeah. All right, where'd my dog go? Oh my God, she got all the way over there. Jeez, my dog. You know, if you can't behave yourself, you're gonna have to go on a leash. Oh, were you looking for me? Hey, you want to go see Downtown Badger? I'm going to take you with me when I go up to drop off the check. We'll take a look around and I'll tell you some history about the little town of Badger. How's that sound? Let's get going. Sadie needs to be on her leash. What I'm doing now is leashing her up and tying her around my waist. Hey, wait. That ought to work. So the first thing you need to know about Badger, Minnesota, it's the first thing they want you to know because it's on the welcome sign, is that it's the mallard capital of Minnesota. So there's a lot of nature, wildlife, and a lot of bird hunting here. People like to come here. There's also tons of ATV trails and snowmobile trails. It's really fun to drive down the highway and see the little snowmobile route sign, knowing how much snow they usually get in the winter, and to think that, you know, only snowmobiles are driving down the highway. I don't know if that's true, but it's fun to imagine. And it's also fun to be here for 4th of July and to see all these little towns all decked out in their American pride. I was thinking it might be fun to spend the 4th, which is tomorrow, in a small town. I might. We'll see how hot it is and see what I find for camping tonight. The Badger Post Office has been here since 1889. So that's usually about the time the city starts. They usually put in the post office first. And I didn't see a whole lot of history about the town. It looks like it was maybe a trading route. I don't know, maybe for grains and farming and things like that. It makes sense with the railroad nearby. So here's City Hall, City Clerk's office. So I'm gonna drop off my check. And they have a Leave a Book library. I looked at it last night. It's always fun to look to see what the locals are reading. Stress, unstressed. What the best college teachers do. Green eating. Oh, look at that, green eating. Change your thoughts, change your life. R is for coach something. David Baldacci, of course. You can't hear me. And the city boasts family-owned, successful motel, family-owned cafe, family-owned small grocery store, which is right behind me. I want to go in there, but I got Sadie. A couple other family-owned businesses. And it boasts it's a small city with a big heart. The population in 2019 was about 429, up 100 from 2010. Which is interesting. A lot of small towns are losing population. This one is not. I saw a sign on the way up here. I think Highway 32. I don't remember where it was. I thought about turning around to take a picture. The sign said, "We invite you to our community, free lots available." So it looks like Minnesota might be trying to expand and grow their cities, and some do it by offering free land, but it comes with strings about what you have to do. You have to build on it. You have to, I don't know. There's a lot of, they're giving away free land because they want to build their community. You can't just squat there. This place was hopping when I walked by last night. like a coal feeder for heat. So Badger has known its share of bad luck and calamity. The city is known for its resilience. Not only did it suffer the worst bank failure in the history of Minnesota, much of the small village was burned up by a fire. And yet they keep bouncing back to what they are today, and they're growing. The city got its name from nearby Badger Creek. It's a cute little town. I love these little farm towns. I really do. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed that little walking tour. I'm going to go back and make some of my favorite juice before I hit the road, and I'll show you how I make my juice. It's always nice to just kind of use as much electricity as I can while I'm plugged in, even though it doesn't matter. I mean, I've got plenty on board, but I don't know, just some mental thing that while I'm on shore power, I might as well use all my electronics. So I'm going to make some juice and head out. Without a plan, much of a plan. Go to some water, maybe do some swimming today, and then go hopefully find a place to camp in the state forest. But isn't this an awesome place to camp? I mean, if you're going to camp, if you're going to pay to camp, isn't this, in my opinion, like the best way to do it? And I love that all these small towns in Minnesota are offering camping. It's so smart. You know, put in electricity so that there's a value add. You're not just paying to park, which could upset a lot of people. Not really. I mean, if you're parking in a city park, but still, it's nice to have a value add, to have the electricity. And it brings people into the community. You know, there are only a few small businesses here. There's a store, cafe, which unfortunately isn't open. And, you know, I'm going to go and shop in the store. And it's a little extra revenue. You know, maybe it helps support the city park. I think it's a great idea. And I'm okay. You know, I'll pay $10, $12, $15 for something like this. And not only is it just like a nice, quiet, convenient place to park while you're traveling, it helps me because I'm so used to boondocking, going far, 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 far away, because I don't want to be around hustle and bustle. But to camp here and go walk down the street of a small farm community and get to know it a little bit. I met some people here in the park last night, a young family. Sadie met them, actually. They were so nice. So, I don't know. I think this is brilliant. I think it's really smart of these really small towns to do this. If I had a small town, I'd do it. So, thank you, Badger. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I make my favorite juice. Ginger is always the base. If I have turmeric, sometimes I do turmeric, and lemon juice. That's pretty much, ginger and lemon are pretty much always my base. Sometimes I'll do orange juice, but it doesn't have the strong citrus taste that I like lemon does. So it's really good for inflammation, and I'm working on inflammation. My cholesterol is really high, and they think, you know, my doctor thinks it might be inflammation and hormones, so we're working on the inflammation. I don't usually use celery. I mean, I just use whatever I'm in the mood to make, but I just bought some celery, and I've got lots of nice celery greens, so I'm going to go ahead and throw that in there too. I usually just squeeze my lemons. I don't know why. Today I feel like peeling them, putting the whole lemon in. I don't know. So, if you don't know this, lemon peels make excellent cleaners. Sometimes I just scrub the sink with them. Last time, a while ago, I threw them all in the NutriBullet, all the peels and everything, with a little bit of vinegar, and here we go. And I have a cleaner. So lemon and vinegar make a really good cleaner. So I use this for my counter. I use this for my sink. And try not to waste. I mean, I do. I usually waste the peels, but if I can use them, I do. And an old trick from my Dunkin' Donuts days as a teenager, we used to use lemon and coarse salt to clean the bottom of coffee pots. So it's really good if you want to use them to remove stains on your sink or whatever. The coarse salt is a good abrasive. So then it all just goes in the NutriBullet. I fill it up to the max fill line with filtered water. I like a lot of ginger. I like my juice to have a bite. I love a lot of ginger. In fact, whenever I buy juices, if I go to a juice bar, I always say double the ginger. I still don't taste it, so I like making my own. Sometimes I add Bragg's apple cider vinegar, but you got to be careful because that can cause some digestive issues. I'll just leave it at that. So I have to be careful with that. And if I want to add it, I'll add a tablespoon or a teaspoon, while I'm doing the shot. So I really just do this as a shot, and I do it. I love it for one thing. It's just really good. It's a really nice break from water. Sometimes I'll put a shot in a glass of water and just drink that, but most often I'll just do a shot. I even bought a shot glass in Sturgis for it. And sometimes I'll add a little bit of apple if I want a little sweetener. Sometimes I'll even add a carrot. Like I said, I just like it. It's refreshing. It's delicious. So I'll just keep stirring the pulp and pressing all the liquid out of it. And then I'll just throw the pulp away. You can eat it if you want. It's good fiber probably. But I throw it away. Oh, that's really good. Oh, it's so good. You can taste the celery. All right, my juice is ready. Time to clean up. Quick breakfast of leftover oatmeal with blueberries, sesame seeds, and sunflower seeds. Sesame seeds and sunflower seeds are part of my hormonal balancing treatment that I'm on, along with the second. I told you guys about the first 2 weeks of tea. That was delicious. The second 2 weeks, not so good. And it's just not very good. But I have to drink this 3 times a day. And a tablespoon of sunflower seeds. I think they're phytoestrogenic or the other way. I don't know. A tablespoon of sunflower seeds and a tablespoon of sesame seeds. So I just add it to my oatmeal. And I have a really bad habit of just eating standing up. Because I feel like I'm always doing 50 million things. Alright, but I think I will sit down and eat. I always show you all the healthy food I eat. One of these days I'm going to have to show you all the unhealthy food I eat. The ice cream that I make, dairy-free ice cream that I make, that I buy. My fake cheese. Chips and salsa and guacamole. I do great. Pretty much, I eat super healthy pretty much all day until the nighttime. I know a lot of you probably can relate to that. And I have noticed a direct correlation to watching TV and eating. And still I struggle with my energy a little bit. I don't get exhausted at noon anymore, or even 3, but I just at 5 o'clock I still crashed. And it doesn't get dark here until 10. Yeah, so that leaves a lot of time to eat. I'm still struggling with getting back on my intermittent fasting. I was doing it for a while. I did it for like a week, and I fell off it again. And it is really hard when it gets dark at 10. I mean, at 5 o'clock, it feels like noon. It's crazy. Anyway, I'm gonna finish packing up and hit the road. I always like to flush the hose before I stick it in my tank, because in case there's any bugs in there or anything, I want to flush it out before I fill it, before I stick the hose in my fresh water tank and get whatever creepy crawly whatever might have crawled up in my hose to live while I stored it. I want to get it out before I put it in my tank. Badger. Thank you. I want to stop in the country market. I like looking at the little local stores. And just for me, you got the whole town of Badger on your other camera, on your brand new Sony card, and another card because you ran out of space. Let's go check out the market. We'll buy a lottery ticket. This really is the kind of town where I feel like I don't even need to lock my doors. I love it. I really like it. Wow, it's really clean and bright. I've been in little stores in tiny towns all across the country. They don't all look like this. Even some of the bigger stores. Ooh, bananas. Ooh, yeah. I think I'll get some bananas. What else? Some bananas. I'll show you how I make my ice cream. Nice selection of produce. The lemons are cheaper than in most grocery stores. I didn't see any organic produce, but hey, you know what? In a town this small, I'm happy to have produce. It's got a good selection. Nice store. Another thing I really love about these small town stores is they're kind of like hardware stores, general stores, grocery stores, all in one. They're fun. And yes, I went through a phase where I was bowing to peer pressure and not wearing my mask. I have since mended my ways. Yeah, you good girl. I think I'm in love with this town. Did you see? Well, yeah, I shot it, but I didn't want to like talk. The owner, but I don't know why I think she's the owner, because somebody asked if she made the shirt, and she said yes. So I assume she was the owner. And I assume in small places like this, you know, family owned, that they can't afford to hire employees. Just an assumption. I could be wrong. But she helped carry that lady's bags out. She's like, I'll be right back. She helped carry the lady's bags out to the car. I love it. If I ever settle down, these are the places I look at. Yeah? What do you think? You went running around, and I don't know where you were. Were you exploring Badger on your own? Yeah. I want to thank Waggle for sponsoring this video. This is your last chance to get 50% off on your Waggle pet monitoring device. I have done a few videos about this and the response has been amazing. You guys are really loving the peace of mind that you get from having a pet monitor in your RV or whatever it is you're traveling in. So the Waggle pet monitor, this thing right here, stays inside your RV and it tells you in real time what the temperature is, what the humidity is, and what the heat index is. So you set up some alerts ahead of time. Say you want to know if it gets above 85 degrees in your vehicle, in your RV. This little monitor will say, okay, beep, 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 it's 85 degrees in here. It'll send a signal to the app, and the app will notify you by text or by email in real time saying, uh-oh, it got 85 degrees, you need to go check on your beloved pooch. This has been such peace of mind knowing that Sadie is safe, that I know exactly what she's experiencing inside the RV on those warmer days when I have to go running errands. So I can't recommend this enough for anybody who travels with a pet. Whether you're in an RV, whether you're living in a vehicle, or whether you just go on road trips, this is such nice peace of mind for living with your pet. And August 31st is the absolute last day that you can save 50% off on the device, okay? So enter discount code Sadie50 using the link below in the video description, and this is an exclusive offer because we've had such a great response, an exclusive offer for my viewers only, 50% off, and that ends August 31st. So make sure you get your pet monitor now while you can save a whole bunch of money. I'm telling you, the peace of mind, it's priceless. I'm gonna make a run for it. 10 miles to Canada. I think I'm gonna make a run for it. Shouldn't be that hard to become a Canadian resident. Good morning from Minnesota. That was terrible. Good morning. Welcome to Wayside